Question number 7. So question number 7 says to answer the following about the function that is given right here, which is a quadratic function. Alright? So it says identify the graph. So you should know, guys, that a quadratic function can be represented using shapes. Alright? These shapes are called parabolas. Alright? So again, these shapes are called what? Parabolas. Alright? Which is either a U or an N shape. Alright? Whenever it's a U shape, that means that it has a positive leading coefficient. So that means it has a positive number in front. Whenever it has an N shape, it means it has a negative number in front or a negative leading coefficient. Alright? When we look at our equation, guys, we see that technically in front of my x squared is a positive 1. So because it has a positive number in front, is it going to be a U shape or an N shape? It's going to be a U shape because it has a positive 1 that is technically in front of your equation. Alright? So in this case, I can already eliminate these two, alright, from being my answer. Okay? So now I'm going to try to figure out which one of these represents my answer. Well, there's multiple ways that you could try to figure out which one of these would represent your answer, alright? One of the easiest ways we're going to use is by trying to find the vertex, okay? So when you're trying to find the vertex, guys, we can use the formula for vertex, alright? Which is x is equal to negative b over 2a, then plug it back in, alright? So in front of my x squared, guys, is a 1. In front of my negative x is a negative 1, alright? The 1 right here is my a, alright? So again, the 1 that's right here is my a. The negative 1 is my b, and your c is negative 6, okay? So I would write this as negative 1 parentheses over 2 parentheses. Your b, you plug it at the top, which is negative 1. Your a, you plug it at the bottom, which is positive 1. Alright? Negative 1 times negative 1, and negative times a negative gives me a positive 1. 2 times 1 is 2. 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. Alright? So I'm going to now plug back 0.5 back into my equation. Alright? So that I can get the value of my y. So I would write 1 parentheses squared minus 1 parentheses minus 6. And inside of that parentheses, what am I going to plug in? Yup, 0.5. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and calculate this. So you can put all of that in your calculator. I'm going to use my tiny calculator right here. Alright? So I have 0.5 squared, which is 0.5 times 0.5, which is 0.25. Then you multiply it by 1. Anything multiplied by 1 stays the same. So it stays at 0.25. Negative 1 times 0.5. A negative times a positive gives me a negative 0.5. And then the negative 6, I bring it down. So I'm going to do 0.25 minus 0.5. So minus 0.5. I get negative 0.25. Then I'm going to subtract 6, so minus 6. And I get negative 6.25. Alright? So that means the coordinate for my vertex would be 0.5 for the x and negative 6.25 for the y. Alright? So let's look at which one of these would have that. So 0.5 for the x would be approximately here. Negative 6.25 would be approximately here. Alright? However, is that where the vertex is? No. So this one would be wrong. 0.5 for the x would be about here. Negative 6.25 would be about right here. Is that where the vertex is? Yes. Alright? So that is where the vertex, where the peak or where all points meet would be. So this would be wrong, and this would be my answer. So again, if this was an A, B, C, D question, the answer would be B. and this is what the vertex would be. Alright, so again guys, just like that.